During my time in university learning Spanish, our Spanish professor had us all watch the Chilean movie No. Over the years, I forgot all about it until I was cleaning out some files on my computer recently and came across the old assignment. And it was kind of like the inspiration for this video. And while it was a great exercise in teaching us how to understand Spanish, looking back on it, I think the movie can teach us a lot about what is wrong with the political dialogue in our country and how we can improve on it. The basic synopsis of the film is in 1989, the international community forced Pinochet, the Chilean dictator at the time, to hold a referendum, the two options being C, yes to 8 more years of Pinochet rule, or no, forcing Pinochet to step down and allow free and fair elections. The C campaign had many advantages, none more than the state's ability to use intimidation to silence its critics. However, the No campaign hired several marketing executives to craft a campaign that could convince people to vote no. The C campaign elected to go with a campaign of terror, fear, and playing into the usual cult of personality, portraying the No supporters as radical Marxists that once they gain power will turn their country into a South American Cuba. At first, the opponents of the regime wanted to go about a similar campaign, showing the human rights abuses of the regime. However, the marketing execs chose to go with a positive campaign, with advertisements filled with literal sunshine and rainbows, with a catchy tune and catchy slogans, and basically, sorry for ruining the movie's end for you, but the No campaign became victorious and brought about the return of democracy to Chile. And as of 2025, I've heard that Chile is one of the more prosperous and progressive countries in Latin America. Now we are going to cover why this movie is relevant to American politics. And full disclaimer, with this video assumes that Trump will act on his worst tendencies and carry out his threats of being an autocrat that disregards traditional American democratic values. And now that's probably going to cue the angry Trump supporters down below in the comments. This video is trying to be from like a center point of view, covering what could be like their idea for the Democrats' best plan to put forth an effective strategy to create a successful campaign to get their party success in the next election. The 2024 campaign and the subsequent rise of Trump, you could argue, has many similarities to the rise of different autocrats of today, as well as many autocrats in Latin America throughout the decades. Going back to the 2024 US election, many of the themes previously mentioned were present. An incumbent left-wing government trying to cling on to power. The economy was suffering from high prices as a result of inflation. Coronavirus splattered the economy throughout the early 2020s, resulting in the previously mentioned inflation and issues in the job market. Donald Trump took advantage of weakness within his opponent to win a second term, using terms such as radical left lunatics to smear his opponents. Some people would have argued that the election should have been an easy Democratic victory. However, he took control of a media environment left in disarray by the Biden administration. The Democratic Party mostly relied on a negative messaging campaign. Most people know about Donald Trump's problems and his list of controversies. What matters is that Trump has convinced a percentage of the population that he is their key to returning back to a stronger middle class So far, nearly a year into the second administration, most Americans think that the country isn't headed in the right direction. The Democrats should go for more positive ads. Instead of negative ads about the right, the Democrats should go for more positive ads focused on how a new generation of candidates are going to push for policies that will make the day-to-day lives of Americans easier. And while boasting about positive attributes of individual candidates is important, I think they should prioritize brief informational ads about how their party could make your day more carefree and make communities stronger. However, so far they have chosen to go with the traditional playbook of deeply personal attack ads and attack but offer no real viable solution. We are now kind of starting to see it with this healthcare fiasco amid a shutdown, and let's see if there is any opposition leader that arises and takes control of the messaging to show what their plan is for the party and country. I'm trying to summarize in this video is that the movie No showed that the opposition campaign should focus on a positive campaign that not focuses on the negative attributes about the person or party in charge that everyone knows about and isn't breaking news to anybody, but focuses on the new ideas and the viable plans that they have to make those ideas reality within the legislation that they seek to pass. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and what do you think is the best method that Democrats could use to attract more attention to their messages and policies? As always, don't forget to like and subscribe.